Live from Morgantown Ice Arena, I'm Quinn Kuski alongside of my co-host Brock Braidwood, and it is senior night in Morgantown as the West Virginia Mountaineers take on the Pittsburgh Panthers. Tonight, the team is honoring seniors J.P. Sawyer, Ben Zainty, Ryan Rickizer, Ryan Zukowski, Jamie Shuttner, Jess Barthlow, Eric Keefe, and Tyler Richardson. Shuttner and Zukowski graduated after the fall semester this year, so they will not be playing tonight, but are still honored by the team. And so last night, the Mountaineers took on the Pittsburgh Panthers, held them to a close game until the third period, and they let things slip away from them. And we are going to the national anthem. A beautiful rendition of the national anthem from the West Virginia a cappella group. And so, Brock, as I was saying before the anthem, West Virginia lost to Pitt last night. It was 3-1, and empty netter made it 4-1. If you're West Virginia, what is the one thing that Pitt's been doing that you've got to work to stop after what you saw last night?
I actually wasn't at the game last night. However, I do know that this team can be really ruthless with their hits. If I was WVU right now, I'd try and stay away from the boards at all possible. Try and get those on open ice and just try and play a faster game than them.
And if you're West Virginia, the biggest thing that was detrimental to them last night, one-timers from the slot. You cannot let someone just park themselves in the middle of the ice and just let them go first time. That is the quickest way to give up points. And we are underway from Morgantown. Opening puck drop won by the Panthers, and they'll take it back around to their defensive end. West Virginia retreating back into their defensive zone. Richardson on the puck. Richardson with it down low. He swings it up the boards. Finds Keefe. Keefe stripped of the puck. And now it's taken down low by the Panthers as they look to start up an attack. Pittsburgh playing rough along the boards. Richardson a bit rougher, and he's taking possession. He dishes off for Keefe. Keefe puts his man to the ice, and now the Mountaineers have it. Pevenitis, he'll dump it into the zone. That one patted away, and West Virginia will go off for a change off the dump in. Panthers working into the zone. Rickizer settles it around behind, and that puck is taken along now by Hedges. Hedges slings one up the boards. That one will go all the way down for what will be an icing. Face-off controlled by the Panthers. They're battling forward in the near corner. It kicks free and is taken on by Hedges. Hedges plays it ahead, and there it's taken by Judas. Judas swings it cross ice, looking for Avalon. Avalon streaking down the wing. He's going to get there. Now it's passed right out in front, still controlled by the Mountaineers. That pass was rejected. Now it's sent up to the blue line for Lewis. Lewis wrists one away, and that one gets blocked off before it could even get on frame. Now Lewis working his way down low, passes cross ice, and a shot opportunity, jabbed at, and that one will be covered up by the Pittsburgh netminder, and some scuffling after the whistle. Face-off won by the Mountaineers. Puck kicks free for Buffalo, and he couldn't quite get his stick to it. Good opportunity there for the Mountaineers. And now the Panthers turn play the other way. Panthers working one down low. Rick Iser comes around behind his net to settle it down, and he plays it along. And it goes up to the blue line for a Panther shot. That one blocked off and taken by Van Dam. Van Dam streaking up center ice. He leaves it off for Buffalo. Buffalo shot. That one patted away. Van Dam with a solid hit in the corner. That one kicks free for Morris. Morris swings it back around the boards, and that one will be settled around behind by Pittsburgh's netminder. Panthers working it down ice. They put on the brakes and a good hit, and that got this West Virginia crowd riled up. Now the Panthers, they'll just slap one in. That one goes on with Iser. Easy save though. It came from center ice. Full sight line all the way in. That one kicks free. Sable unable to get to it. Morris swings one around the boards looking for Pericolo. Pericolo kicks one free and it goes to Pepinitis. Pepinitis sends one ahead for Belmore. Belmore dumps it into the zone and the Panthers go around to get it. Now the puck kicks free to the far corner. That one backhanded around and Sable after it. Both teams jabbing at it. It's loose in the slot. Jabbed at, and that one goes up high and up over the cage, staying out. Back at neutral ice now. The Mountaineers have it. Richardson. He plays ahead. That one goes off the stick of Sable. Now it kicks back for Gukin. Gukin passes one ahead. That one's going to go all the way down. No icing. Keefe putting on some forecheck, and in there with him is Sawyer. Gukin steps up and he'll wrist one in. That one gets blocked up and out of play, and we will have a stoppage. Pittsburgh with it. They bring it down in a big hit. That hit coming from Gukin. Gukin and Richardson had a great game last night, even in the loss, combined with 11 takeaways defensively. Richardson looking to play a long pass, almost turns it over, but he stays with it, gets it to Gukin. Gukin playing ahead. Unable to receive it there was Keefe. Now this puck goes back around behind to be settled by Gukin. Gukin leaves it off for Keefe, and Keefe will work it out of the defensive end. Keefe ducks by a couple. He'll go ahead and dump it in and go off for a change. Sawyer with some solid forecheck in. And the Panthers work it ahead where it's now settled down by Richardson. Richardson's pass, glove down and played ahead by Sawyer. Some rough stuff behind the play. Refs break it up. No penalties will be assigned from it. Puck kicks free. Racing after it is Lewis, and he'll win the race, and that will be icing. Game's already getting pretty chippy. Last night in the third period, things got a little rough. There's definitely some carryover from that in today's game. Face off won by the Mountaineers. This one gets chipped up high, stays in play, and now it's blown dead due to the call of a hand pass. Play controlled by Hedges. Hedges dumps it in cross corner. It's controlled around behind by the Panthers. Both teams battle for it, and the Panthers come away with it in neutral territory. Hedges almost able to force a turnover there. Now the Panthers bring it back into the zone. That shot off the pad of Wickizer. Rebound comes out, cleared away by Lewis. Now it's played ahead for Jukas. Jukas unable to work his way through. Now the Panthers looking to work it down low, right off the mask of Wickizer. Panthers working in again. That shot blocked off out in front. Good block from Van Dam. Both teams battling away at the puck. Now Bartholow takes it. He flips one up high. This one kicks cross ice and is taken by the Panthers. So high off the glass, and that will go down for what will be an icing. Mountaineers just caught the Panthers with some tired legs on the ice. What could potentially be a good opportunity now. Mountaineers with the puck off the drop. Now it gets sent around the boards and is taken by the Panthers. And the Panthers are able to get it out of the zone and get off for a change. Mountaineers bringing it up the boards. And play is blown dead. Sable and on the draw for the Mountaineers. Face-off won by the Panthers. That face-off shot, and Sable blocks it, and now bringing it ahead are the Mountaineers. And that puck is covered up by the Pittsburgh netminder, and we will have a stoppage. 13-14 to go in period number one. A little bit longer of a feeling out process than I would have expected from these two teams, considering they just played a few hours ago up in Pittsburgh. That puck dropped at 9 p.m. Today's dropped at 4 p.m. Not very much time separating those two games. Passed right out in front for Keefe, and he couldn't pull the trigger. Stokes lets one go. And then they score! The Mountaineers score. J.P. Sawyer on senior night. It seems as though we're still awaiting the official signal. I never heard a whistle. And players going to center ice. No goal. It is no goal on the ice. I'm unsure of what the official call was. Definitely heartbreaking for the Mountaineers as the Panthers win the drop. And that puck will go down. No icing is the call. Morris after it. And Morris rings it around the boards. Morris playing it ahead, hoping for Sawyer. Sawyer unable to receive that pass. That will go down for icing. Both teams awaiting the drop. There it is. And face-off is won by the Panthers. Defenseman sidesteps one, works his way past the second. And now it's taken on by Morris. Morris turns around and he drops one off for Murphy. Murphy spins one around the boards. This one taken by Sawyer. Sawyer twists it around for Stokes. Stokes loses the puck, and that one gets sent back in deep to be settled by Wickizer. Wickizer leaves it off for Morris. Morris sending one around the boards, and Gukin takes it and sends a man down to the ice. Once again, goes around for Wickizer. He'll settle. Gukin's pass blocked, and then he gets the puck right back, and now he passes ahead. This one passed cross ice for Judas. Judas walking in. He takes a shot. That one blocked off. And Evans twists one back around the boards. Both teams battle away for it, and the Panthers come away with possession. Now Richardson trying to work his way through, unable to do so. And now the puck taken by Judas, and he'll dump it in. And the Panthers with it in their defensive end. And that one will go up and out of play. And we will stop at play right there. 11:30 to go in the period. Coach Steve Cagle asked that I shout out Michigan hockey camps, as that is where he learned most of what he knows about the game of hockey today, and he credits almost everything that he has in life now to Michigan hockey camps. Face-off won by the Panthers. They bring it into the offensive end. They send Gukin down to the ice, but the Mountaineers take possession, and Evans protecting the puck. He works it into the zone, and he twists it around. Pittsburgh from their defensive end, looking to get an attack started. Now that pass sent long, and that will be icing. Richardson touches up. Face-off won by the Mountaineers. Buffalo with a shot. That one doesn't get through. Buffalo tries another one, and that one snared by the glove of the Pittsburgh netminder. Thank you. Yeah, because he needs to get back on color. Brock, you're good. Face-off won by the Mountaineers. Hedges sends one around. And delayed offsides. Mountaineers seem to not realize. Now they do, and Pittsburgh will work it out of the zone. Panthers send one down low. Both teams battle for it, and it is now taken by Lewis. Lewis gets it out, and that one will go down and now be taken by the Panthers. Panthers flip one up high. That one up over the head of Hedges, and for Lewis once again. Lewis taken out around behind the net. And now Jukas. Jukas flips one long, looking for Barthlow, just off the mark, and it was a good opportunity. Hedges plays ahead for Keefe. Keefe knocked off the puck and lost his stick, and he'll retrieve. This puck's sent around the boards by the Panthers. Wickizer settles it, and now it's taken by Hedges. Hedges twists one along for Keefe. Keefe gets by one, works his way by a second. Keefe bringing it into the zone. And now it's taken by the Panthers. Keefe unable to do anything with it once he got into the zone. Now a 2-on-1 break for the Panthers. That one passed across, and a great back check from Morris with a good stick lift. Pick his pocket. Sawyer backhands one out in front. And that one goes to the Panthers. Pittsburgh now from their defensive end, looking to start back up a rush. This one gets played down low, where it is taken by the Panthers in their defense, in their offensive end. Pericolo unable to stay with it for long. And now the Panthers take a shot. That one deflects away, not on net. Barrows attempting to knock his man off the puck, and that puck gets sent around the boards, where it's taken now by Morris. Morris plays across looking for Barrows, unable to hit him. Belmore. And now it is taken by the Panthers, but Morris intercepts the pass, sends it back in, and that will allow him to get off for a change. Now the Panthers flip one in long. And a chance from the slot, and that shot high on Wickizer and just batted out of the air. A good play from Richardson to get that puck out of danger.
That was an absolutely great bat. Got it right away from the net because it clearly would have dropped right in front of it. Both teams trading hits pretty evenly currently at this point.
Face off one by the Panthers. They take a quick shot off of it, but that one off the net, off the mark. Both teams battling away for it. That one gets deflected off of Sable. He keeping pressure on his man. The Panthers continue to work it around the zone. Now up at the blue line, sent back down low. And a good hit there. Richardson laying his man out. And now Belmore with it. He'll get it out of the Mountaineer end. Now a scrum for the puck at neutral ice. Sable finds the puck, gets it out for Gookin, Gookin for Richardson. Richardson playing it ahead, he gets taken out. And Pepinitis will just send one on deep so the Mountaineers can change. Pittsburgh from their defensive end looking to get an attack started. Puck skips off a stick, Mountaineer forecheck trying to capitalize, unable to do so. Now Judas looking to work his way into the zone, unable to. A lot of traffic, and Avalon will just send it deep, Evans. And now Pittsburgh with it behind their own cage. Panthers send one out to neutral ice, intercepted by Lewis, and he'll send it right back into the mixing bowl. Lewis sends one around the boards for a second time. And the Panthers, once again, the first ones to it. This time the pass is long, and the Panthers coming in after it. Now pass right out in front, and everyone collides with Wickizer. He's down, nets off. Now the question is Wick okay? So he's working his way back up to his skates. He appears to be fine.
If I'm the goalie right now, I'd be a little frustrated at the teammate that just ran into me. But doing what was necessary to get the puck out of there.
Yep, good strong back check on the 2-on-1. Almost a little, Wick might think it was a little bit too strong there. Lewis twists it around, and that one taken now by Hedges. Hedges plays ahead, a good little pass from Bartholow, and he gets it to Jukas. Jukas works into the zone, he takes a shot, that one blocked off. Now Van Dam looking to gain possession, unable to. As now this puck is played out and taken on by the Panthers. Now the Panthers with a good chance out in front, and that one deflected away by Wickizer. A great save. Now another shot, that one patted away. That one chips up high and into the near corner. Both teams battling away for it. Jukas applying some pressure. Now it up to the blue line. That one gets shot in, saved by Wickizer. Pittsburgh working it down low once again, and this time Wickizer's on top of it, and he'll cover up for a draw. Did you see why that goal got waved off?
I think it was goalie interference. I can't be certain.
Face off one by the Panthers. They shoot. That one blocked off by Sawyer. He just twisted around behind his net. Now the puck battle for it. Kicks free. Pericolo applying pressure. Pericolo continuing to pester his man. Pins him up against the boards, and he'll send it around. No one there, though, except for a Panther. He slaps one well high and wide. This one jabbed at, and Wickizer's on top of it. The Mountaineers clear out from in front of their goalie.
Mountaineers definitely seem to be realizing their mistakes from the last game. They're definitely trying to be in that slot more, not leaving it wide open.
Face-off won by the Mountaineers. Evans fanning on one. Now the Panthers with a shot. That one deflects up high and out of play for a stoppage. If the clock gets really off, let me know. That works.
Oh yeah. All right. Face-off for the Mountaineers in their own defensive zone.
Mountaineers from their own end. Evans on the draw, he's unable to win it, but the Panthers win it out of their end, and that'll travel all the way back to the Pittsburgh defensive end. Now Richardson, he flips one ahead. Panthers with it. They play one forwards, and that one intercepted by the Mountaineers. Van Dam backhands one forward. Sorry, Avalone. Panthers with a shot, that one deflected wide. Good block from the Mountaineers. Gookin battling for it near side. Evans coming along to help him. They're continuing to battle, and then finally kicks free and is taken by the Panthers. Judas just missing a monster hit opportunity, but that one kicks out to neutral ice and is sent around the boards by the Panthers. Richardson plays one ahead for Avalone. Avalone's pass is blocked off. He's going to get back to it and still wind up. It still winds up as a turnover, but Richardson bails his man out, and now he takes it for Gookin. Gookin's pass blocked off. Richardson back on it. Richardson sends one off the glass. That one goes to the Panthers and hit right back to Richardson. Now Richardson sends one long around the boards, and that will go all the way down for an icing. 4 minutes remaining in period number 1, and we are still scoreless. Slap shot, that one goes just wide. Now it's taken by Pepinitis. Gookin trying to play one around behind. Now he plays ahead for Sable. Sable dishes one for Pepinitis, or sorry, Bellamore. Bellamore now sends one around for Pepinitis. And the Panthers with it, 2-on-2 break. Richardson attempts the hit check, just misses it. Now it's right out in front and the net's off. Richardson checks his man right into the net. And a little bit of scuffling after the play. Richardson pushing his man around with a big smile on his face. He's loving what's happening right now on the ice. Face-off won by the Mountaineers. They send one around the boards, where it is taken by Lewis. Lewis unable to corral it, and now it kicks free and is taken on by Murphy. Murphy's pass intercepted, and the Panthers bring it back into the zone. Panthers with a wraparound try. Rick Iser all over it. Slap shot from the point. That one blocked off by Lewis. Now it's loose once again. Sent up into the slot, and they score. Far side, right into the corner. And the Panthers jump up to a 1-0 lead with 3:09 to go in period number 1. That right there feels very similar to last night for the Mountaineers. 0-0 in the first, and then late first period, you let one in, it's a heartbreaker.
This game's gotten a little chipper. They're leaving too many people open, trying to hunt down players and going for hits.
Now Panthers working it right back into the zone. Evans able to backhand one along, but the Panthers take over. Panthers looking to work one out in front. Passing around. Now it's loose in the slot, taken by Judas. Judas plays ahead for Avalone. Avalone plays back for Judas. Judas unable to get a stick on it, and that one kicks free behind the net. Now the Panthers bringing it back up through center ice. Now passed into the slot. Battled for. Panthers with it. Little spin move there, and then shot right out in front. Deflected around, and it kicks wide. Up to the point, and a shot from the point. Wickheiser gets the blocker on it. Now it kicks back around and is taken by Pittsburgh once more. Panthers take a shot, and that one deflects up high off the glass and is taken by Avalone. Avalone plays one along. This one taken by the Panthers. They'll just decide to dump one in. This is settled around behind by Wickheiser. Now Stokes. Stokes playing ahead for Avalone. And this one gets rang around the boards. Going after it is Morris. Multiple players battling for the puck, and the Panthers come away with it. Pass out in front. And a good defensive play there from Stokes to stop what could have been an opportunity. Now the puck goes all the way down to be settled by Pittsburgh's netminder. In the pit from their own defensive end. That pass goes way too far, but Pittsburgh winning the race to it. And what was almost a very dangerous chance for the Panthers. Well defended at the last second by Gukin. Jukas working it ahead. He plays it off for Barthlow. Barthlow's dump in gets chopped down, and the Panthers have it. 65 ticks remain in period number 1. Mountaineers looking to work one out in front. And now it's taken on by Pittsburgh. Panthers playing a streaking man up ahead. That one intercepted by Gukin. Gukin plays ahead for Barthlow. Barthlow working it down low for Jukas. Jukas taking it around behind the net. Looking for help out in front. He goes up to the point for Richardson. Richardson shot. Looking for a deflection from Barthlow. Unable to get it. Barthlow plays across for Richardson. Richardson shot. That one snared by the trapper of the Pittsburgh netminder with 30 and a half to go in period number 1. Wyatt Murphy in on the draw for the Mountaineers. Faceoff is won by the Panthers. They ring it around the boards. Hedges pinching in, and he stops the clear-out attempt. Now it's sent back around. Both teams battle for it. It kicks free, and Keefe has it. Keefe puts it right out in front. A good chance for Murphy, but he can't put it home. Lewis's pass intercepted, and what could develop into a 2-on-1 break for Pittsburgh. And here they come. That shot, and a good save from Wickheiser. And that will do it for period number 1. One last great chance for both teams, and it will be 1-0 after 1. I'm Quinn Kuski alongside Brock Braidwood. Brock, any last thoughts on the first period?
It really seemed like a Pittsburgh power play in the minutes surrounding their goal, just on both sides of that goal. West Virginia couldn't clear it. They couldn't get anything going offensively. West Virginia offense seemed to be very isolated in when they start performing well.
And definitely the first line for the Mountaineers was clicking. They need a bit more offense from those other 3 forward lines.
They need better depth, for sure.
And we will return for period number 2 from Morgantown Ice Arena. Stay tuned for an interview with one of the players in between periods.
everyone, my name is Lindsay Owens and I'm here with WVU Hockey and I'm here with Eric Keefe tonight. So Eric, it is senior night, your friends and family are here, you have a great fan turnout, the Mountaineer has also made an appearance. How are you handling that emotion?
Well, it was a little longer than usual start to get ready, but you know, after the first shift it just turned into another game, so I mean, after all the pitchers and stuff are over, it's just a regular game.
So last night we unfortunately lost a pit 4-1. So has there been any lineup changes, strategy changes that you guys are implementing here tonight to make sure we come out with a win?
No, not really. There might be one or two lineup changes, but last night really wasn't a 4-1 game. An empty net at the end. They scored again with little time left, so it really wasn't a 4-1 game. It was a closer game than it looked, but didn't have our best game last night, and obviously down 1-0 now, so not off to the best start, but we're still in there. Still a lot of time left.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of time left, and we know you can pull this through. So when you get to go back in there, what kind of speech do you think we're going to hear from Coach?
I think he's going to say that we came out fast. The first couple of shifts we were going, we had the puck in there and most of the time. Then after that first 5-6 minutes, kind of let off the gas a little bit, let them back in the game. Then they scored one with about 5 minutes left to get the momentum going in the second period. So I think he's going to say that we need to come out with the same energy as we did in the first period and just stick with it through the rest of the game.
Oh yeah, no, y'all are doing great, so keep it up, and thank you so much for letting me speak with you tonight, so thank you. All right guys, my name is Lindsay Owens with WVU Hockey. Stay tuned, and let's go Mountaineers.
Yeah. And we are back for period number 2. I'm Quinn Kuski alongside of co-commentator Brock Braidwood, and we are joined by special guest commentator for period number 2, Trevor Keese, the Mountaineer.
All right, guys, it's great to be here with you today. Be up in the booth and taking part of everything. It's really cool, great experience, and I'm happy to participate with you guys today.
Glad to have you on, Trevor, and we're getting ready here for period number 2. What did you think of period number 1, your first West Virginia hockey game?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. As the Mountaineer, we represent, all areas of the university, but it's really hard to make it out to club sporting events just because our own athletic schedules are so extensive. So it was really cool to get out and get to see, the enthusiasm, see the fans. It's a big crowd today here, of course, and it's great to be part of it. I thought it was, awesome. I love the physicality. I love the guys getting after it. Anytime we get to play Pitt, it's always a good day, right? So.
And we are just about to get to puck drop for period number 1. Mountaineers versus the Panthers.
All right, guys, here we go. Ref has the puck and ready to drop it. There he goes. He's got it. They'll fight for the puck. Brings it back. Pitt has control of the puck. Brings it across. On up. Pitt's looking to score. A couple shots on goal. No luck. Here come the Mountaineers back in transition. Oh, there we go. Moving the puck up the court, or up the, what would be the appropriate term there? Up the rink, I guess, up the ice, okay. Okay, all right. There we go. Oh yeah, a big hit there on the side. Shot on goal. Pitt gets possession of it. West Virginia has it back. Pitt has it. Oh, a lot of physicality. Pitt's trying to get it out of there. Off the wall. Back on the West Virginia side of the ice. Now back down to the Pitt side. Oh, big hit there. There we go. All right. They fight for it. Here we go. All right, now West Virginia seems like they have possession. Around the back of the net, back around the other side. Pitt has it. They fight for the puck. He's going to come out on top. Seems like Pitt has it. Mountaineers playing good defense, though. Good defense. Puck goes behind the net. Back to the other side. Shot on goal. Unsuccessful by Pitt. Brings it around to the other side. Mountaineers are trying to clear the puck, but haven't had any luck. Here they go. Here we go. The Mountaineers in transition. Loses control of the puck. Comes back around. All right, there we go. Pitt in transition now, looking for a scoring opportunity here. He shoots, no luck there. Pitt gets the rebound, back out to the top. Brings it back around. Pitt still has possession, another shot on goal, no luck there. Brings it back. Another shot, third shot. There we go, the Mountaineers finally clear the puck. Send it back down to the Pitt end of the ice.
Play will go down for an icing there, and that will mean the Mountaineers cannot change already tired legs on the ice, and a very good possession there for the Panthers. A lot of opportunities on goal.
Yeah, for sure. They got several shots there, so hopefully the Mountaineers can continue this defense and hopefully get something working on the offensive side of the ice as well. There we go. Drop the puck. Mountaineers initially have the possession. And fighting for the puck. They try to clear it. Back down to the Pitt end of the ice. Pitt has his possession. Behind the red net. On up the other side, amongst the wall, on the wall. West Virginia has it. They look. No luck there. All right, Pitt back on the fast break in transition. Here they go. They look to score again. Oh, and a great stop by the West Virginia goalie there.
Pittsburgh with their second odd man rush in only 3 minutes of the period. If you're the Mountaineers, you got to watch your defensemen. Can't have them pinching down low because then they can't always get back.
Great analysis there by a true professional. All right. 17:07 to play here in the second period. Mountaineers have possession. They send it down to the pit end of the ice. Looks like another icing call there. I don't know much about hockey. Know a little bit. 16:59 to play here in the second period. There you go. Drops the puck. Pitt has it at the top. Another shot. Oh, and another goal for Pitt. And takes the score up to 2-0 for the Panthers. The Mountaineers there, they fought valiantly. Several possessions, but it just proved not to quite be enough. All the shots on goal, Pitt finally got another one to go.
Pitt with a shot up top from the blue line, deflected right out in front, went right into the 5-hole of Ryan Wickheiser. Not much he can do about that one there. Player just set up in the slot right in front of him, easy goal.
All right, we're back in play. Pitt has possession. Sent down the West Virginia into the ice. Another icing call there on Pitt.
My hope was that you get to call a goal. I was hoping to be a West Virginia goal.
All right, here we go. Getting ready to get back in play here. Pitt up 2-0 with 16:49 to go in the second period. All right. Looks like Pitt has another break. Here we go. Can the Mountaineers defense hold? There we go. There you go, West Virginia house possession. Pushes it up the ice. Great puck movement there. All right. All right, the puck goes up and out of play. There's a good possession there by the Mountaineers, trying to get anything to go. Just going to keep pushing that puck right down the ice there, and it'll go. It'll go eventually.
If you are the Mountaineers here, this is a must-win draw. You've got to keep playing the offensive end. Pittsburgh has all the momentum right now. You've got to be able to swing that back your way. A good series on offense with a lot of opportunities would do exactly that.
Gotcha. The officials are fixing the ice there next to the goal.
Yeah, chipping the ice in the blue paint can make things especially sketchy for a netminder. That puck comes in, it's looking like it's sliding along the ice, hits a little divot and skips up over your head. Definitely important to fix that.
Here we go, the Mountaineers have possession. Oh, almost got a shot there on goal. Would have been a great shot, but now Pitt's back in transition. Icing again there on the call on the Panthers. 16:10 to play here in our second period.
Panthers not happy with that icing call there. They thought they'd won the race down to the puck. Gookin just a half a stride ahead, just enough for the rest to be able to blow it dead. Pittsburgh still unable to change.
Here we go, pucked out. West Virginia in the Pitt into the ice. West Virginia's looking to score. The Pitt defense prevails. There they go in transition. Lost possession of the puck. The Mountaineers and Panthers are fighting for it. Still fighting over that puck there along the wall. I say the Mountaineers are going to come out on top. Here we go. Racing down the ice there. A lot of physicality. Here we go. Oh, man, just deflects off a Pitt stick there. Hope the Mountaineers can get something going. Pitt heads back the other way in transition. Good puck movement. There we go. All right. Here comes Pitt. Back up to the top. The Mountaineers are trying to retain possession. Push the puck back down the other end of the ice. Here they go. can't quite get the look that the Mountaineers were looking for there. Pitt's pushing it back up on offense now. Mountaineer deflects it, but Pitt retains possession. Pitt looks to push the puck up the ice. The Mountaineers deflect it. They have a big hit down there. Here we go. Mountaineers transition. Oh, and he throws a stick to deflect the puck. Wow. And Pitt now comes back the other way. Oh, here comes the Mountaineers. They have an opportunity to score. Here we go. Goal! Mountaineers! Whoa! The Mountaineers finally getting the board. Their score is now 2-1 after a great Mountaineers goal there.
Puck dished right out in front, right off the turnover. Max Hedges able to get the puck free in the slot all by himself, dished it right by the Pittsburgh netminder, and just like that, the Mountaineers are back in it, and with this large Mountaineer crowd here to support them, have all the momentum in this game.
That's exactly right. A lot of momentum now. That's exactly what the Mountaineers needed to get back in this game, and I think that's a perfect opportunity for me to sign off, guys. I thank you so much for letting me come in here and commentate a little bit. I'm not a very avid hockey fan, but it was great to be here with you guys, and I'm happy to be here in attendance today. So thanks so much for having me, guys, and let's go Mountaineers.
Let's go Mountaineers.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, guys. That's awesome stuff.
You got to call the goal after all. Yeah. Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was fun. Thank you.
That was the West Virginia Mountaineer, Trevor Keese, signing off. Got to call a West Virginia goal as well. And the Mountaineers are back in this game. West Virginia now immediately trying to work it back into the zone, and they'll do so. A battle for the puck along the near boards, and a 3-on-1 break for the Panthers. One's going to drop off. Good back check from Jacob Morris. That's his second back check to stop a 2-on-1 today. He's playing great hockey tonight, Brock.
Absolutely. That was a fantastic little hit there that he did on the stick to get it away from him.
Now the Mountaineers with a good shot, but that one blocked off. And now we will have a stoppage. Unsure of the reasoning. And some more players coming together after the whistle. Mountaineers trying to hold Bartholow back before things get out of hand. Jess Bartholow, he's a big dude and not someone you want to be angry with you.
Absolutely not. He has a very intimidating presence.
Well, and a penalty coming up to the Panthers. And if you're the Mountaineers, this is your opportunity. You've got the power play. You scored on the power play last night. Their lone goal was a power play goal. They've shown that they can do this. If they can come right out here, you just scored a goal a few minutes ago. Get another one right now. All of a sudden, you're back even at 2 with all the momentum in your favor, and you can swing this game right around.
Yep, this is an extremely necessary moment for the Mountaineers to score right here.
Face-off is controlled by the Mountaineers. Keefe, he sends it up to the blue line for Gookin. Gookin back down low for Keefe. Keefe trying to walk his way out in front. He'll just go back up for Gookin. Gookin plays it across for Richardson. Richardson playing it down low for Sawyer. Sawyer back up for Gookin. Gookin lets a bomb go. He fanned on it. Out in front, that one chips up high, stays in play. And now it's running around the boards, and Gookin settles it, keeping it in. Gookin goes across for Richardson. Richardson lets a shot go. Now it's a shot pass to Sawyer. Sawyer back up for Gookin. Gookin with a pass down low. And that pass from Keefe intercepted, and the Panthers will clear it out of the zone. Good series there for the Mountaineers, but couldn't get a shot on.
Absolutely. The net battles have gotten very intense over the course of this period as well.
That pass sent down low and instantly kicked right back out by the Panthers. Mountaineers play it ahead now. Richardson walks into the zone. Richardson
left on the Mountaineer power play.
Take a jab at it down low. Murphy trying to work it back out in front, put it off the back of the cage. Richardson goes back for Sawyer. Sawyer with a good move to get by. Now he passes out in front. Murphy with a chance, and that one skips just wide.
40 seconds remaining.
Keefe buries his man into the boards, and he takes possession. Keith winds up losing it, and that puck will get skipped all the way down. The Geyser comes out to settle it, and he'll play ahead for Richardson. Richardson hits one ahead for Evans, and I believe it's going to be a too many men call on the Mountaineers.
That's the last thing you want here during the power play.
Not 100% on that call, but the way the ref blew played that it immediately started talking to the bench and the direction of where this faceoff's going, I believe that is the call. And it is. The Mountaineers have one going to the box. It's a too many men call. They're going to send Keefe to the box. And with 24 seconds left, so much momentum. The power play was clicking. They were getting opportunity after opportunity, and now it's gone.
Yep, just those mental mistakes. Ref getting agitated with the Mountaineers as they are deciding who to send out to the face-off circle.
Face-off controlled and battled for, and finally taken by the Mountaineers and Hedges. Hedges plays ahead for Judas. Judas was hoping to get one to Van Dam, unable to do so. Now Hedges pokes one away. Van Dam pinches off, and now it's taken by Judas. Judas backhands one into the zone, and it's settled around behind. Panthers now on the power play. That one chips up high into the netting and out of play. Face-off won by the Panthers. They work it down low. Now they pass it cross ice. Back up to the blue line. That shot through traffic. I don't know if that got on frame or not, but it didn't go in. Panthers work it down low again. That shot blocked off out in front by Murphy. Good shot block. Those hurt. Sacrifice the body for the team. Now the Panthers looking to work that puck down low once again. They'll send it back up to the blue line. Wind up with a fake slap shot. Now it's passed down low, out in front. It kicks free and is backhanded out of the zone by Evans. Panthers still with 30 seconds, trying to get two more opportunities. Cross ice passing and a shot. That one gets blocked away and catches glass. West Virginia pressuring. Pitt trying to work free, getting it into the slot. No lane for a shot though. Now it's sent up to the blue line. 10 seconds. Panthers walk the line once again. This puck continues to be battled for. Panthers just playing catch at the blue line. Now they're trying to get it down low. And we're back to even strength. Now that shot, that one goes just wide. Panthers keeping it in the zone right now. Killers for the Mountaineers have got to be tired. Jukas is on the ice. He's fresh legs. Jukas battling for the puck. Good hit from Pericolo there. Morris now in, helping to fight for that puck. And now it kicks around the boards and is taken back at center ice by the Panthers. Panthers looking to get pressure right back on, and they'll do so. Mountaineers trying to make a change. That puck goes and catches glass. Doesn't go out of play though. Now that shot snared by the trapper with Geyser. He'll cover up, and that lets the Mountaineers change.
Great penalty kill there by the Mountaineers. They were able to clear it a couple times. The Panthers really just seem to be taking a little bit too much time with it. They really didn't have that many shots during that power play.
I think some of it's the Panthers taking too much time, and some of it's the Mountaineers love to sit in the shooting lanes. They won't always pressure you, but they'll make sure you have no way of getting a shot on goal, and they did a great job of that on that kill.
Absolutely, they're positioned perfectly in front of the netminder and the puck at all times.
Pittsburgh with a shot, and right on cue, Richardson blocks one. And now play is stopped. The puck skips out of play.
9 minutes remaining in the second period.
Face-off controlled by the Mountaineers. They play one ahead. And now it's rang around the boards. Going in after it are the Mountaineers. Murphy with it around behind. He's trying to kick it free for Sawyer, unable to do so, and the Panthers take it back. Panthers with him the offensive end, looking to get out in front, trying to find a lane to shoot that puck on goal. Wraparound try, that one right up into the chest of Wickizer. He'll cover up, no issues.
Mountaineers definitely seem to have gotten a fire lit under them after that first goal. They've been playing a little bit better, seem to be communicating better, and just being in position.
Face-off won by the Panthers. Evans pinning his man up along the board, and now it's a scrum in the far corner. Both teams looking to work it free, and that shot goes wide. Panthers with a shot through traffic. That one gets blocked off, and a one-time shot, and a great save by Wickizer. Oh, it was a great opportunity for the Panthers, probably the best of the game, and it didn't go in.
Great game sense there by the goalie to know exactly where that puck is going and exactly what's going to happen once it gets to that destination. He slid across the blue zone and was there to meet it.
Face-off taken by Pittsburgh. Center walked his man there, probably the most difficult way to win a face-off, but he did it very effectively. Now this puck battled for, a couple players going after it. And now it kicks free and is taken on now by the Panthers. Pittsburgh with a good stretch pass, but they're unable to do anything with it as the Mountaineer defense was ready. Now a short side backhand try, Wickizer shrugs the shoulder and keeps that one out. Now the Mountaineers looking to start up that counterattack. They'll dump in, line was gassed, they got to make a change. Judas with another solid hit along the boards. Van Dam hoping to help it along. And we will have a stoppage, I believe, on offsides.
It looked like the puck was trying to be hit back into the zone from the neutral zone, and it hit a player as he was going into the bench.
I don't think Judas was even supposed to be going into the bench there. I think he recognized that he was offsides and decided to just make a change instead. Almost a really smart decision, but just barely didn't work out. Now the Panthers working it into the zone. They take a shot. Now Jukas battling along the boards. And the puck kicks free and is taken by the Panthers in the offensive end. They ring it around the boards. Good hit there from Belmore. That shot deflects around, and that one's taken on now by the Mountaineers. Van Dam working it into the zone. Looking to step by. And now it is taken away by the Panthers. They'll flip one right into the bench, and we'll have a stoppage. Face-off won by the Panthers right into their netminder, and he'll just cover it back up, and we'll have another draw. Solid half a second to play there.
Invigorating.
Face-off immediately goes into a scrum along the near wall. Kicks free and is taken by Pittsburgh. Panthers working one around. They play it ahead, and it's taken by Wickizer. Wickizer twists one the wrong way around the boards, almost turned it over. Now the Mountaineers starting up their attack. Murphy walking into the zone. He takes a shot, that one just wide. A good chance for Wyatt. Now Sawyer. He sends one up to the blue line. Slap shot, that one fanned on by Gookin. Chance out in front for Murphy, but he jabs it just wide. Some more solid forecheck from Sawyer. That one gets deflected, up and out of play. Face-off stays in the offensive end of the Mountaineers. Oh, I guess they're going to say the draw was off a Mountaineer, so face-off comes outside. The Panthers dump one cross corner into the zone. Richardson first one to it. He plays it high off the glass, catches an awkward bounce off the stanchion, but now a breakaway for the Mountaineers. Alex Evans bringing it in. He shoots, and it stays out. Great chance for Alex Evans, trying to pot his first goal on the D1 team. He was a D2 player at the beginning of the year. Now a chance. The Panthers work it down low. Good counterattack. They stay behind the net. Now it's up to the blue line. Sent back around down low. Gookin racing after it. He will be the first one to it. He jabs it ahead and gets it out of the zone. Mountaineers getting into the zone now. Jukas fighting off a man but can't stay with the puck. Richardson deals a bit of a hit there. Now flying off the bench's Hedges, he gets to that loose puck. Hedges coming in, taking a shot, that one right into the glove hand of the Pittsburgh netminder. Left-handed goalie, you don't see that too often, but in this case having that left glove hand worked out perfectly. Face-off controlled by the Panthers. They work it around the zone. They look to send one out in front. It's continued to be fought for. Finally, it kicks free. Now here come the Mountaineers, but a good forecheck there from the Panthers to keep that puck into the end. Puck continually battled for. Both teams fighting for it. It kicks loose out in front, and Wickiser's going to pounce on it, and he'll cover up for a draw.
There's a great net battle out front. I really think that if the Mountaineers just let him sit out in front of the net, that would have been a goal there. But they realized he was there, realized what he was setting up for, and went there to try and shove him out of the slot.
It is the exact same that is the exact thing that was haunting the Mountaineers last game and at the beginning of this game, letting players sit out in front. It led to the late goal that pretty much buried the Mountaineers last night. And it led to a goal today. A guy sitting out in front deflected it right down into the 5-hole of Wickiser. And maybe the Mountaineers have finally recognized it and are on top of things now. Pittsburgh from their offensive end. Pressure held by Sable. Panthers looking to work their way out in front, unable to do so. Now it's passed ahead. Belmore working it into the zone. He sends it around. Now he continues to battle for it. This one kicks up to the blue line and gets jabbed back into the zone by Morris. Both teams jab away at it. It gets kicked around the boards, and a solid hit there from Stokes. Stokes might have pinched down a bit too far, but Sable's back to help. Wickizer clearing it around the boards to get things out of danger, and Wickizer got taken out behind the net. And Pepinitis laid out the man that hit Wickizer. It's a retaliatory play. You can't do that, and that's going to put the Panthers on a power play. I understand protecting your goalie, but you also got to play smart hockey.
Big no-no to hit the goalie, but also those retaliatory plays are the ones that get called.
Ref always sees the guy that hits second, never the one that hits first.
Once the commotion starts, it's really easy to just look over there and, oh look, there's somebody checking someone illegally.
And Pepinitis in the box right now. He is not happy, and rightly so. And now Richardson taking a seat into the box. Maybe that was Keefe.
John. I think he's got a little bit.
Waiting to see if there is, it looks as though there were 2 penalties on the Mountaineers there.
It's 5-on-3. I think they gave a big one too.
Now Pittsburgh with a 5-on-3. They gave Wickizer a slashing penalty as well. Keith is serving that for the Mountaineers. A pass out in front and they scored. 11 seconds into a 5-on-3, and now you still have 1:49 on the power play. All the momentum the Mountaineers had. Take a couple boneheaded penalties, and just like that, you're back down 2 goals.
Although I really can't blame the netminder there for the slashing call. I'm sure if I was in net, I'd probably do the exact same thing.
Face-off won by the Panthers. Mountaineers have 1 back on the ice now. You're the Mountaineers. This is now a must-kill. You cannot give it up. You cannot go down 3 goals and going into the 3rd period. Pittsburgh rotating around the zone. Play 1 cross-ice D-to-D passing. Now a shot, cross-ice, no one there to tip it in.
They seem to be playing that very patient game that we saw in their last power play.
And they almost got one there off a blocked shot. A good chance backdoor, but the puck was skipping around and got fanned on. The pass right out in front for a one-timer. Once again, no one taking that man out from inside the slot. Pittsburgh's got a man down, he's hurt. Mountaineer trainer coming off the bench. Never a good sign when the trainer has to get involved. And player got up under his own power. Trainer walks back. It appears he's okay. Probably just a bit of a stinger as he went into the boards. Might have caught a knee or an elbow funny. Due to the injury, faceoff will come back out to center ice. And the draw is won by the Panthers. Panthers looking to work one down low. Now they'll go back up to the blue line. A slap shot through traffic. into the chest of Wickeiser. He'll cover up for another faceoff.
May not seem like it if you look at the scoreboard, but during this period, the Mountaineers have so far been playing pretty good defense. They've adjusted to a lot of their mistakes that they made in the first period.
There's not much adjusting you can do when you're down 2 guys on the ice. No surprise that Pittsburgh was able to score with a 5-on-3. That's hard to defend for 2 minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
Panthers trying to work it down low. They pass back up to the blue line for a shot through traffic. Puck still loose. Now sent back into the blue line with Wickeiser trying to get back to his skates. Puck sent down low. Cross ice. Backhand try. And they'll score. A great passing play on the power play. And Pittsburgh is up 4-1. Able to capitalize on both the Mountaineer penalties. And a 3-goal lead now to kick off period number 3. Unless the Mountaineers, a minute and 9 seconds. That's enough time to get one.
Definitely can get one. It's a question of if they will get one.
Panthers immediately working it back down low, and a backhand shot gloved by Wickeiser. If you're the Mountaineers, you get 1 goal. Make it 4-2. It's a 2-goal game. You get this crowd back into it. Even a big hit, anything to get this crowd back loud and energetic is exactly what you need right now. You can feed off that energy, and it can motivate you to power through this third period.
Absolutely. And here's the opportunity.
Breakaway for Richardson. He takes a shot and he missed the net. And backdoor Keefe. Put it off the side of the cage. A great chance for Eric Keefe. 45 ticks left in period number 2. And now the Panthers start up their counterattack. Now pass right across the net mouth. No one on the back door to put it home for the Panthers. Now Keefe passing ahead. He gets one to Sawyer. Sawyer looking to work his way by, unable to do so. He goes down to the ice. Now the Panthers working it back through the offensive end. Now they've got it down low. Streaking out in front. Player kind of trying to go through Wickeiser to get one in the net there. That doesn't work. Now passed out in front and a quick shot there. That one goes wide. Puck loose. Dukin with it. 1 second. And 0, and that will be the end of period number 2. The score.
Fantastic hit there on open ice. I don't think anybody really saw that, but after he pulled the trigger, phenomenal hit from the Mountaineers.
West Virginia down 4-1 as we kick off period number 3. I believe that Lindsey Owens is going to be interviewing the Mountaineer in this intermission. And stay tuned over the course of intermission to make sure you see that. I'm Quinn Kuski alongside Brock Braidwood, and for period number 2, we are signing off.
everyone. My name is Lindsay Owens, and we're here with WVU Hockey, and I'm here with Trevor Keese, the Mountaineer, tonight. So, Trevor, first of all, I want to say that we're all really excited that you made it to the game tonight. So, how often do you really get to come to these games? And are you going to the basketball game later?
Yeah, so traditionally, it's really hard to make it to a lot of club sport events. As bad as I want to, with our very strenuous athletic schedule, from the university on the university side of things as well. This is my first game of the season, but it's been great so far. It's great to see those guys out there get after it, and so it's great to cheer on the Mountaineers no matter what sport, club, or varsity sport for university.
Well, thank you. We're again so happy that you were able to come. So, can you describe like the typical day in life of the Mountaineer?
Yeah, so normally, so like a typical weekend, so like I'll give today for example. So I had kind of 3 events today. This morning we actually conducted the interviews for my successor, so the person will be coming after me as the Mountaineer, so that was cool. And usually if I wouldn't have something like that, I would have some type of other event either within Morgantown or around the state. And then of course this afternoon I'm here at the hockey game, and then this evening I'll be at the men's basketball game against Texas, so we'll be leaving here shortly to head over and get ready for that.
All right, well, awesome, and I'm going to be at the basketball game tonight, so that's going to be fun to see you again. And my final question that we all really want to know, because we're all big hockey fans, is can the Mountaineer skate?
So I can skate a little bit, not like these guys out here. They do a great job, and definitely not to the same level as them, but I can skate a little bit. I will say I've skated probably 4 times. I've yet to fall, right? So that's a good thing. But all in all, I didn't really grow up playing hockey or anything like that, but I love the sport, love getting out here and seeing these guys get after it.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Trevor. We truly appreciate it, so thank you. All right, guys, my name is Lindsay Owens with WVU Hockey. Stay tuned, and let's go Mountaineers.
I'm not talking
Face-off won by the Mountaineers to kick off period number 3. And we are underway. Richardson retreating back to neutral ice to play the putt. Looking to jab one along. Still on it. Now he flips one cross ice. That one on the money for Keefe. Keefe bringing it into the zone. And he has the putt ripped off of him from behind. And now the Panthers looking to reset their attack. That pass intercepted by Keefe. Keefe twists one around, hoping for Sawyer there, unable to find that pass. Now Stokes sends one around the boards. Mountaineers making a change. Pittsburgh bringing it through neutral ice. They dump one in cross corner. They'll go off for a change of their own, and Stokes has it. Stokes playing one ahead. And he continues to work on the puck, and now he sends it around the boards. Avalon going after it. Both teams jabbing away at it at the far wall. Avalon continuing to battle for it. Now Avalon backhands one around behind the net. Evans coming in after it. A couple players battle away for it, and it kicks free and is taken by the Panthers. Pittsburgh working their way through center ice, and now they backhand one along. Now a battle along behind the net. A couple players coming together to fight for it, and it kicks up to the blue line for a shot through traffic. That one stays off, but it doesn't go on frame. Both teams continuing to fight for the puck in the Mountaineer defensive end. And now it rings around the boards to finally be taken by Avalon. Avalon leaves it off for Evans. Evans through center ice, and he'll dump it in, and they'll go off for a change. Barthlow there trying to pinch off his man, unable to do so. And now that one's played into the zone. And going after it now is Stokes. Now it's Pericolo. Pericolo for Stokes. Stokes looking to play one off the boards. It gets an awkward bounce, but now it comes away for Jukas. Jukas trying to work his way in. Couldn't slash between two defenders. And now he's pinned up in the near corner. Now it's sent down low. Bartholow plays it around the boards, and it's taken by Jukas. Jukas twists it back along. Now it's played out in front. Jabbed at, loose in front, and the Mountaineers couldn't get one on frame. Now the Panthers looking to start up a counterattack. 2-on-1 opportunity. Passed out in front, and that shot goes wide. Good job by Wickizer to close off all the angles. Now pass right out in front, pass just a little bit off the mark. Backhanded jabbed at, and Wickizer keeps that out as well. Doing everything he can to keep his team in this game and stop things from becoming a blowout here in Morgantown. Morris plays one ahead for for Sable. Sable plays one in for Belmore. Belmore going after it. Both teams battling for the puck. And now it kicks free for the Panthers. Pittsburgh starting up their attack. They play it in slowly, and now they ring it around the boards where it's taken by Wickizer. Panthers in center ice right now. They'll go with a cross-corner dump, and retreating back to get it is Buchan. And he will pick it up and play it along now, where it is taken by Richardson. Richardson's pass off the mark, and that will be an icing.
I think if you're the Mountaineers at this point, I really think the only way to get back into this game and have even a hope to tie it up is really zone control. They need to be in the Pittsburgh end more than Pittsburgh's in the Mountaineers end. And when it gets down in the Mountaineers end, they need to be able to clear it effectively and efficiently.
Now the puck battled for behind the net. That shot comes in, easily patted away by Wickizer. Now Belmore plays one off the boards, and that is not an effective clear. That will be an icing.
Because if I'm the Pittsburgh coach, what I talked to them in the locker room during that last intermission was definitely not to take any unnecessary penalties. They have the game exactly where they want it, and that is one thing that could have it come crashing down around them.
It's almost exactly what happened to the Mountaineers last period. 2 unnecessary penalties, took a 1-goal game, made it a 3-goal game, and put it pretty close to out of reach. The Mountaineers still in it, but they need to start pushing now. Gookin staying after the putt. Got it on his stick, and he rips it right off of Murphy at point-blank range. Definitely not where he intended that pass to go. That puck deflects up high and out of play. Richardson showing a bit of frustration there. Face-off won by the Mountaineers. Gookin plays one up the boards, hoping for Keith. That pass taken away by the Panthers. Gookin back with it again. This time he plays ahead for Sawyer. Sawyer lugging it down the ice. He plays a long cross-ice pass, hoping for Keith. Keith takes his man out along the boards. Now it's battled for and taken by the Panthers. Panthers will just dump one in, and they'll go off for a change. The guys are almost played that one into trouble, but well done with the pass, keeping it away. Murphy gets stood up there at the blue line. And now with it is Judas. Judas' shot that deflects up and out of play, and we'll have another stoppage. Face-off on the Mountaineer offensive end is won by the Panthers. I'm not sure, Brock, if the Mountaineers have won an offensive zone draw all night, and that is not how you set up an attack.
I think I've seen them won maybe one or two, but it's definitely not the not what you want when on offense.
Panthers with it in their defensive end. That backhand pass intercepted there by Judas, and he rings it around the boards for Hedges. Hedges looking to chip one along down low, unable to do so. And now it kicks free where it is taken by the Panthers. Panthers from neutral ice. Solid hit along the boards, and now Hedges with it. Hedges will dump it in, and he'll go off for a change. Avalone in on the forecheck for the Mountaineers. The rest of the line got off for a change. Panthers working it into their offensive end. They're circling around, looking for a chance, trying to get out in front. Mountaineers say no, and they take possession back. And the Mountaineers come in offsides, and that will lead to a stoppage in play.
Mountaineers need to come up with a strategy for attack to break into the zone and stay in that zone for as much time as possible, getting as many shots on as possible.
Face-off won by the Panthers. They play it back to the Mountaineer defensive end. They now pass ahead for Jukas. Jukas works his way in. He takes a shot. That one patted away. Then kicks back out, and now Van Dam on it. Van Dam twists it around for Bartholow. That comes back loose for Van Dam. Van Dam unable to pull the trigger. Now Pericolo with a shot. That one blocked off out in front. And Pericolo just laid his man out. Huge hit in open ice, and something that could lead to motivation for this Mountaineer team. Morris from his defensive end. He plays ahead for Bartholow. Bartholow just deflects it along. Mountaineers go off for a change. Panthers bring it into the zone. Panthers looking to work their way in. Both teams now battling in the near corner. That kicks free and is taken by Sawyer. Sawyer plays ahead for Keith. Keith takes it in slow. He pulls the trigger on a shot, and that one deflects up high and out of play.
Couple scuffles after the whistle. Don't look like it'll really turn into much.
Refs definitely staying on top of things. They don't want this game to devolve into madness, which could happen if the Panthers were to get one more.
I'd say it probably could start happening if the Mountaineers don't get one and it gets past probably around the 8-minute mark.
Face off in the Mountaineer offensive zone, won by the Panthers. Mountaineers able to apply some forecheck and go after it, but it is taken by Pittsburgh after all. Richardson plays one along. Taken by Pittsburgh once more. They dish one ahead. but now intercepted by Gukin. Gukin almost mishandles the puck. He sends his man crashing into the boards. And now he takes it away and gets it out at least as far as center ice. Now dumped in cross corner once again. Richardson backhands one along. That one pinched off. Richardson gets taken out. And a couple of big hits along the boards. And now the Mountaineers with a good opportunity for Sawyer. Now Keith looking to slip by, unable to do so. And things are getting rough now.
Great game sense to pass it while he was on the ground. Almost opened up an opportunity.
This game, almost every time that two players come together, it's a big hit right now. And this game could start to get really rough as we get later into this third period. Panthers bringing it into the zone. They play it cross corner. Going in after it there is Hedges. Both teams battle for it. Evans goes down to the ice and the checking continues. Scrum 4 in the corner. It kicks free into the slot. That shot blocked off by Hedges. Hedges backhands one ahead for Avalone. Avalone unable to handle it, and it's taken back by the Panthers, and they are offsides.
Definitely saw that offsides coming. He was on a mission to get past the blue line, and his teammate wasn't quite out of there yet.
Face-off won by the Panthers. They play one around the boards. It's held around behind by Pericolo. Pericolo brings it ahead. He slips by one. Ducks by him a second time. A couple good moves. Pericolo puts a man down on the ice with a dangle. And now it's a 3-on-1. Panthers working in, and that shot goes just wide. A great opportunity. Now Bartho leaves one off for Jukas. Jukas looking to get a counter for the Mountaineers. He slips by. Passing cross ice. And he couldn't get one to Van Dam there, who was streaking in on the back door. Mountaineers now trying to start up a cycle. Van Dam nearly mishandles the puck. Now he's pressured, and it's taken by the Panthers. Panthers work it out of their end and now into the offensive end. They'll just dump it. Both teams making changes. Morris playing ahead. He wanted Belmore, but unable to meet that pass, hit the mark. Now Sable. Sable forced out wide. He passes it around behind. Only player there are Panther players. Now Gukin sends one back into the zone. Once again, Panthers have it. Sable throwing a little bit of his weight around. Now Gukin after it, and that will be an icing.
They really need to win the draw here.
Mountaineers, just as Brock said, they need offensive zone faceoffs to establish zone time. There's the puck drop, and won by the Panthers. Mountaineers able to get possession though, but only briefly as it's taken right back by Pittsburgh. Now the Mountaineers back on it. Keefe looking to pass out in front, and a good opportunity there for Sawyer, but he couldn't pot it home. Now the Panthers working it back into the zone. That slap shot blocked off. And now Gukin with it. Gukin plays ahead for Sawyer. Sawyer for Keith. Now Gukin slams one back into the zone. This puck held around behind by the Panthers. Good hit there from Murphy, but the Panthers keep in possession of it. Cross ice pass there, jabbed away and taken by Hedges. Hedges drops one off for Stokes. Working it around now is Sawyer. Sawyer puts the brakes on and frees himself of his forechecker. Now Sawyer plays cross ice for Stokes. Stokes streaking down the end, unable to do anything with the puck. And now the Panthers get their counter going. Mountaineers trying to get something started. Hedges will dump it in. One goes around the boards to be taken by Evans. Evans up to the blue line for Stokes. Stokes flips one back in and out of play. That will be a stoppage, and the faceoff will come back out to center ice. Spruce Street. Face-off won by the Panthers. That one comes in cross ice, and that will be an icing. Face-off back in the Mountaineer offensive end. Another must-win draw. Jukas has been the Mountaineers' best face-off man this season. If anyone can win an offensive zone draw, he's the guy.
They really need to just prove it to themselves at this point.
Jukas apparently wasn't the man, as the Panthers have won the draw. Panthers send it back down. Jukas going to get a take two, as that's another icing. Mountaineers are going to switch to their first line here. Try to catch first line against tired legs. Smart move by Coach Cagle.
It's currently past the 8-minute mark. This is where things might get a little chipper.
Now the Panthers send one around the boards. Piccolo plays it, and that will be offsides on the Mountaineers. Still enough time left. If you're the Mountaineers, you probably have to get one before the 6-minute mark to have a real viable opportunity in this game, barring a miracle.
Definitely. I think that if the crowd really gets riled up after a goal or another big hit, they'll probably at least get one more on top of that.
Now the Panthers playing one around the boards. That will be yet another icing. Panthers were able to change after the offsides, though, so the tired legs no longer an issue. But the Mountaineers just getting repetitive offensive zone faceoffs. They've lost like 4 in a row now. And if they can't come out and win an offensive zone draw, you can't establish zone time. And the Panthers are like, fine, we'll kill this game 5 seconds at a time. We'll just ice it over and over again. Clearly doesn't matter. We're dominating in the faceoff circle.
And another win from the Panthers.
Now the Panthers, they'll backhand one along, and they're going to win the race to this puck. And pass right out in front. Jabbed at up to the blue line now, and that one's banked around the boards.
Looked to have almost been a hand pass as he was on the ground.
I saw it too, but it was very subtle. Refs couldn't catch it. Panthers still with it in the zone, looking for space. Now up to the blue line for a shot. That one blocked off, never going through. Passed out in front. And now it's passed all the way down for what will be an icing on the Mountaineers.
Big hit on Pittsburgh, number 26. Slow to get up.
Face-off won by the Panthers, but now possession taken by Richardson. Richardson gets it out of the zone. And the Panthers now play it ahead into their offensive end. That one banks off the boards and is taken by Gukin. Gukin with pressure applied, he'll turn it over. Panthers with a one-time shot. Rebound out in front. Good defense from the Mountaineers, keeping his stick off the ice, not allowing a rebound shot to be pulled. Panthers working it from their own defensive end now. They play ahead, and that pass up through center ice is no good. Richardson with a slick little move to get by one. And the Panthers have it again at center ice. They'll backhand it back in. Mountaineers probably real lucky they didn't get too many men there. Guy just came off the bench. Puck hit his skates. That was 6. Mountaineers getting away with one. Panthers with it from their defensive end. Just playing a little bit of catch back and forth right now. Monkey in the middle with one of the Mountaineer forwards. And the Panthers come in offsides. Face-off won by the Panthers. Panthers with it behind their own net. They twist it around. Now this one flipped cross ice. The Panthers with it in neutral territory. Now they bring it into the offensive end. Slashing by and a shot far side. That one deflects off of Wick. Panthers keep it in the zone, but only briefly. Now the Mountaineers work it out. Jukas brings it into the offensive end, looking for space to shoot. He pulls the trigger. No one seems to be able to find the puck, and finally plays blown dead. And now we have a wrestling match. These players are going at it. Seems as though they've forgotten the UFC fights are tonight. They're tonight in the Barclays Center. They're not happening right now.
They're having a hugging contest.
Joe Rogan's not in the building.
The refs seem to be okay with letting that fight prolong for a little bit. Take its natural course.
It'll be interesting with the refs kind of taking that lax approach to breaking up that fight. What happens here is we're sitting with a 3-goal game with 5 minutes left. That means if you want to break it down, the Mountaineers need a goal less than every 2 minutes at this point. So
might be a little bit of reverse psychology coming from the refs. You know, let them kind of work out some of their frustration. There might be less scuffles in the future.
So we'll see if it works out. As of right now, we have a penalty on the board to the Panthers. Haven't seen one to the Mountaineers yet. Could it potentially be a power play?
I would say it looks like that's the case, but there's a lot of Mountaineers currently on the ice, and now there's 5. And it looks like that it is in fact
it is going to be a Mountaineer power play. Not quite sure how Jess Bartholow got away with not getting anything on that, but no complaints up here. Mountaineers on the power play, and Pittsburgh takes the puck, and now they have a 2-on-1. Pittsburgh shorthanded, pass down front. They look to pass back across. A great defensive play by Richardson, getting the stick in that passing lane. If you're the Pittsburgh forward, you got to put some sauce on that. Pittsburgh from their defensive end. They'll send it all the way back down. That'll be settled by Wickizer, and he'll leave it off now for Gukin. Gukin playing ahead, and is taken by Sawyer. Sawyer lugging it into the zone. Looking to step by, unable to do so. Now it's rang around the boards, and it's taken there by Keefe. Keefe twists one along, and he gets it right back. Now Keefe looking to slip by, almost loses the puck. He jabs it along to the near side of the ice. Keefe gets taken down right out in front of the net. Nothing called there, just a friendly little net battle. That shot from the blue line, snared by the glove, and we'll have a stoppage. And Pitt's already killed off a minute 10 of this Mountaineer power play.
That glove save seemed almost effortless by Pittsburgh's netminder.
A lot of traffic out in front. Good job by Pittsburgh's netminder to find that clear sight line to make that save.
He's been playing very well all game for what shots have come on him.
Up at the blue line for Hedges. Let's work back down low for Avalone. Now a couple players coming together along the wall, and the Panthers will clear it. This one gets twisted back around the boards.
About 30 seconds left in this power play.
And it's taken on by the Mountaineers. Hedges from neutral territory. Forced to retreat and drop it off for Jukas. Mountaineers trying a little bit of a different formula here on the power play, going with 4 forwards and a defenseman. And Hedges, probably one of your better offensive defensemen at the same time. Hedges with a good shot. right on cue of me calling him an offensive defenseman. A rocket shot, but a great save from Pittsburgh's netminder once again.
I really like that strategy. It seemed almost in desperation mode, though. Gotta win this draw.
Face-off won by the Panthers. Send it up to the blue line. And now it kicks free to neutral ice. And all the way back to the defensive zone, it's Jukas. Jukas, as we're back to even strength. 3 minutes to go in period number 3. Panthers looking to work it ahead. Evans intercepts the pass. He backhands one around the boards. A good hit behind. Mountaineers continuing to try and find a spark. This one kicks up to the blue line. Richardson pinching down to get it, and a great move by Richardson. Richardson continuing to try and dangle his way through everything. Finally, the pressure gets too much. He drops it off for Judas. Judas.
Burned 3, but couldn't burn the 4th.
That pass out in front, and a good opportunity. Delayed penalty coming up, or maybe just pulling the netminder. No, it is a delayed penalty. Mountaineers continuing to jab at it. And we finally have a stoppage. If the Mountaineers had been able to score there, that's a huge opportunity, because in college hockey, very different from the NHL, if you score on a delayed penalty, you still get the power play. So if they've been able to score there that quickly and then score on the power play, you could have a one-goal game very quickly.
They had a great opportunity for it, too. The puck was out in front, got a good rebound, and a defenseman from Pittsburgh just laid across the net. Tripping call.
Mountaineers going to go ahead and call a timeout, talk over this power play, and what is, without the doubt, their last opportunity in this game. You probably have to get one within the first 30 seconds of this power play. Preferably, you want to win the draw and score immediately, much like Pitt did. Pitt scored on their 5-on-3 in 11 seconds. If you're the Mountaineers and you can do that, then that actually gives you a viable opportunity. You score right away off the power play, win the faceoff, pull your goal. You've got the 6-on-5, and you've got to stay with it and get it 2 probably before the 1-minute mark, or else you're going to be putting way too much pressure on your forwards.
Some good analysis, absolutely. That's realistically the only way that they can come back at this deficit with this time on the clock. And what a comeback that would end up being.
It would almost be reminiscent of the Leafs-Bruins in the playoffs when the Leafs scored 3 goals in the last 2 minutes of regulation, almost the exact same situation. They pulled the goalie for all 3 of them and wound up winning the game in overtime and wound up winning the series. That was a game 6. They came back and won again game 7 and took the series. And if the Mountaineers could pull something of that proportion, that's the kind of momentum you need to make a playoff push.
Bruins definitely felt robbed after that.
Face-off won by the Panthers. Mountaineers, though, with a good forecheck, taking possession, and a pass just skips over the stick of Richardson, and he goes racing back. Mountaineers have the goalie pulled. It is a 2-man advantage right now. And Gookin fans on one, but Mountaineers keep possession, and now it's played ahead where Keefe takes on. Keefe turns it over, but that shot attempt from center ice blocked off by Gookin. Jukas now for the Mountaineers. He plays cross ice for Gookin. Gookin playing it down the ice, and that one taken by Keefe. Keefe rings one around the boards. Mountaineers were on a delayed offsides. Murphy comes in and intercepts a pass. Now it's played over for Keefe. Keefe takes a shot. That one, and another chance, and both of those just stay out. And now it's cleared out, and that might be on goal off the boards, and it's just wide. Would have been one heck of a shot. Out here doing geometry in the middle of a hockey game, playing one off the boards and almost getting it on frame.
Acting like they're trying to play billiards.
And now Panthers almost getting one there on the empty net. Couple opportunities there for them to go up 5-1. Mountaineers continuing to push. At this point, it's just too little, too late for West Virginia. That shot in from Evans, gloved out. And with 38.4 to go here in period number 3, that's just about all she wrote in Morgantown. At this point, some scuffling after the whistles. Ref's going to make sure to stay absolutely on top of everything. You don't want this last 38 seconds to take 20 minutes.
Absolutely not. And you'd really love to see at least a padding of the stats. One more goal for the Mountaineers.
Evans in on the draw for the Mountaineers. Face off won by the Mountaineers, and a shot and a rebound opportunity, and it stayed out. Avalon with a shot, and that one goes wide. Richardson lets one go, deflected a couple times. That one also stays out. Back up to the blue line for Richardson. Richardson plays across. Hedges walking the line. He banks one off the boards. Sharp angle shot. That one catches iron. Almost a really slick shot from Van Dam there. Had to put it at a fine angle. Just about did it. And speaking of did it, that will do it for this game here in Morgantown. There will be no interview following the conclusion of this third period. I'm Quinn Kuski alongside of my co-host Brock Braidwood. For now, so long, and let's go Mountaineers.